dear school counselors. Today we're going to talk about how to save time with Google Forms in the long run and why they're important. And most of you are asking like, we already know that. But some of you may be like, I want to hear a little bit more. So if that's you, I'm going to give you some suggestions and I'm going to tell you why is it important that you will have it and how much time we can save. If you are not that young, maybe you would remember that back in the days we tend to write everything down in a clipboard, in a binder, in any spreadsheet we can find. As we get busy, we started writing the names of the students, and whenever it's time for those reports, you have to manually count each of them and how many services we provided if we had the time to write those down. If that happened to you, or if that still happening to you, that's okay. But we need to start like moving forward, and I'm going to empower you to start thinking in a different way how you can collect all that data without getting wild, crazy, stressed out about it. Because technology is here at our fingertips, and one amazing thing that happened with the pandemic, it is that all of us were forced to move on in all these tools that they were there for us, but maybe we weren't using it that often. So it was like a wake-up call. So in my experience, how I'm using my Google Forms right now, how I'm using all those Google Docs, I'm using different types of templates, I'm using any type of electronic document I can use, and it saves me tons of time. I use my Google Forms for my counseling log. I use my Google Forms for my individual one-on-one sessions with my students when I get to know them. I'm using those Google Forms as well for all the referral, teacher referral, student self-referral, parent referral, and I combine them with a QR code that we're going to talk in another video to collect any type of data that I use whenever I see the students coming in, any type of phone call that I may have. I use the counseling log, which is in a Google form as well. Every time I do a guidance lesson, so I don't have to forget. So I saw so-and-so, I saw Miss Ayala, I saw Miss Ferris yesterday, I went to Miss Vettel's class, I went to Miss Lee's class. All those things, you can put it in there and you don't have to remember, you don't have to stress about it. Another tool that I use, by the way, for my guidance lessons is the Sign Up Genius, and I use my Google Calendar. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. Those forms are not only important for all those type of referrals, but as well, it's going to help you to help yourself accountable and keep track of your individual counseling sessions, of your group counseling sessions, how many sessions you gave, at what exact time. So back in the days, let me tell you, you have to write the date, time, names, and the whole thing. Over there, the date and time is a time saver. So you don't have to write those, because once you click submit, it will automatically save that information for you. The next question is, how do we use that information? So if you're data driven, which you should be, or maybe your supervisor or your district is asking you for more, maybe you're doing the LPC certification. Maybe your principal wants to know what are you doing and how you're doing it. Maybe you need it only for the end of the school year. Maybe you want to use it for your next school year. What were things that you were working on? So let me tell you a couple of things. So every quarter, you can use this data. You can go back, see how many individual counselings you had, small group. You can see the grade levels. You can see how many sessions, guidance lessons you did, how many activities you did for your community, system support, responsive services, all those type of details. You can put in a quick and nice, cute spreadsheet, and you can share that information with your district supervisors. You can share that information with your community, so they can see what you're doing for your community and for your school. And you can share that information with your administrators as well. I can guarantee you that everybody's going to be impressed with your results. Once you're able to see how you're investing your time, sometimes we get so busy that it's so hard to give yourself grace. It's so hard to see all the things you're doing. Counselors are listening to problems most of the day, right? So sometimes we get a little bit distracted by those things, and we forget all the good things that you're doing. So this is a beautiful open-eyed moment for you, so you can see all the greatness and the goodness that you're doing for your school, for your community, and how many positive things you're doing for them. Another way that you can see it is for your end of the year report. End of the year report, you're going to be able to see and keep track if it was a month that it was busier than the other one, what things you need to take in consideration for next school year, how many services you provided throughout the year, guidance lessons, individual, any type of activities you did. And it can help you also to plan for next school year. Don't forget to share that information with your district supervisors and with your administrators, so they will see all the things, all the amazing things you're doing. Another thing you can collect with your Google Forms is your needs assessment. At the beginning of the school year, usually you should ask. I usually do it twice. I do it the year before, like the one when the year ends, I ask them the same questions that I'm going to ask at the beginning of the school year. And then I combine those two results and I see what my professors or my administrators or my teachers or my community felt like they needed by the end of the school year. And that can help you to plan in advance for next school year. In the other hand, when you ask for this new, maybe teachers move, maybe you have a new staff, maybe you have a new administrator, but you have the results from last year and you have a new horizon, a new mindset for these new people because it's a new school year and what they think about what the school needs. And maybe also you can see some of them may respond like, I don't know my students yet, I don't know what are their needs. But if you're an amazing counselor, which I'm pretty sure you are, probably you already know what are the needs of your campus, but you need to validate a little bit more info, a little bit more input, so you can have a successful, cohesive, comprehensive school program. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, give yourself and give myself a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for your time. Next video, we're going to talk about tips and tricks for new counselors, or things, 3 tips that we need to take in consideration when you're new to a campus or your office. See you next time.